run, test it. Temperature is rising up.
Reporting from the Warf Rally 2012, and I've found this willing young lady to do some interview time with me. We're here asking the question today, have you been touched inappropriately at a rally?
Yes.
Finally made my way down here to Builders Row, down on the main street, and got the chance to run into Timo from Bobber Boys. You guys are outside of New Brunswick? And
yeah, just outside small town there on the coast called Grand Bearswa. It's not even a town, it's like an in-betweener town between two small towns. So it's pretty small. Like there's no convenience store. No. So it's kind of on the main road, like living on the Alaska Highway. I live at mile 382 on the Alaska Highway. It's kind of like that, not really, because it's not in Alaska.
I'm hanging out here with Pat Patterson. Pat, this is a pretty long way off from Dayton, Ohio, man. What are you doing up here?
I was thinking about starting a fishing career. I got kind of dry out in Sturgis, I decided to get around a little bit of water. So I just headed this way.
I was in a music band and we had a record deal and stuff, and me and Julie started making babies. And I was not a rock star. I don't think I ever was, but it started getting tough just being on the road and everything else. And I'm an artist at heart. I don't care what I use for a medium, but I've got to create on a daily basis.
And I get more fish off than I get fish on, but that's the way it goes.
So listen, the mad story going around here is about us getting on Glenn's boat today and illegally boarding another vessel.
I'm pretty sure there was more than illegally boarding a vessel going on out there, because I was there and it was getting pretty illegal.
I want to be an artist and I want to produce art, and that's what I needed to do. And so it just got boring, and it didn't seem like it was where I should be, even though it was going really good and we were flying to Paris for shows and stuff like that. And I was just, at some point, it was Mother's Day 2009, I said, Julie, happy Mother's Day, I'm leaving the band and Papa's coming home.
This is the kind of shit you can't get in the United States. I mean, that's why.
No, there you just get in trouble. Here they say just call us, telling us you're being bad. It's cool. It's cool.
I said, I'm riding this bitch to Moncton. I hopped it on the highway. I grabbed the left leg with my left hand, and I put my chin on the tank. I put her in fifth gear, and I said, if you want to go, it's time to. So I passed these Harleys on the highway, and I heard bam, 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 and it's just wow.
Any truth to the rumor that you're the lead sled crew and some guys from Yugoslavia almost got thrown out of the whole country?
Pop, pop, pow! And then blue smoke came out of my cylinder, and I knew that, I'd really given a test ride to that XS650. So she blew. She was a 72. It was all good. We got a big bore kit. We put a 700 in it. Then we hardtailed it, and then we found this nice little 69 tank, and all of a sudden it led to that bike.
This was my 14th year in a row to Sturgis. And I'm like, if you'd have told me my first 2 to 3 years in Sturgis I'd even be remotely doing anything I'm doing right now, I'd be like, you're crazy. I don't even know what you're talking about,
Currently working on setting up the website so people can come see us and see what I do and actually buy a shirt or order a custom belt or a seat or whatever you want. I work off Builtwell pans, and they make my job easier. So they can find us on Facebook for now, Bobber Boys on Facebook. And I upload stuff that I do and produce on there daily when I'm not out doing shows. And that's about it. I think we're just going to try to outdo what we're doing now and try to build on what we started. I think we have a good foundation.
What else? What's Let's got going on that you can tell us about?
Man, we've just been staying really busy. We've kind of been doing a lot of stuff overseas, with some other shops. Some people have started shops over there selling our parts, and that's really interesting and cool. And just innovating the sportswear market that we work in and staying involved in that, is keeping us busy, and we just love working and staying busy and building parts.
How many years now for Lead Sled since you got started?
Man, officially probably on paper at this mark, we're about 10 years in business right now. So actually, 9 and whatever, but yeah, next year will be our 10th year anniversary. So stay tuned, we'll probably be doing a lot of sales and just customer appreciation and stuff like that.
There's a $90,000 Harley that started at a booth here, a couple booths aside this afternoon, and they were making some noise, but then Donnie over at Dragon Powder Coated said, Tim, and he gave me a little kick of the leg because he knows how loud that 700 is. So I flicked the switch, and I kicked her once, and she fired right up, and I think I won, because she's pretty loud. So that was fun, right? For something that's built from recycled steel and old bike parts, to have a 40-year-old bike kickstart on the first kick and outdo the decibels of a big $80,000 budget bike. So then they went over to the other bike, which I think maybe they thought was louder. And it didn't really pan out for him, because then I kicked it over once again and I cranked it. And so it was 2-0 for the 40-year-old Yamaha twin.
We're waiting for the parade of lights. Now here's the deal. However you might feel about disco lights, I'm not a fan, but I know Duke's not a fan, but people dig them. They're actually illegal here. It's not allowed to ride down the road with disco lights on your bike. Well, I should stop calling them disco lights. They're LED lights, but they sure do look like a discotheque. And I know there's a lot of young guys out there now that are going, what is a discotheque? But ask your old man. He'll tell you about back in the day when he had the flared out pants, man, and was doing the funky chicken and all that shit. But so disco lights totally illegal. This one night they're going to let everybody with disco lights on their bike line up at Tim Hortons. Perfect place for that, because you can get all amped up and get your lights on and then get your freak on. And then they're going to come down the street in a parade, and we're going to watch all the lighted up motorcycles, and they're going to park in one big light, and they're actually going to see if they can see those motorcycles from outer space. It's going to be pretty far out. So stick around. It's going to happen right here. Okay, so here it comes. This is it. Warf Rat Rally Parade of Lights. That was it, the parade of disco lights. Not sure if you can see that from outer space, but there is one thing for sure. People love crazy shit, and it's not exclusive to the United States. We're way too far away from the United States right now for that to be blamed on us. Happens everywhere.
This is Mike Lichter, and we're at the Warf Rat Rally in Digby, Nova Scotia, and you're watching Rally TV.